I've been in the health and wellness industry for a very long time professionally. So my background's in physiology, biomechanics, sports performance, physical therapy. Like I will take specialty cases, so I've tried a lot of things on and off.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I don't know.
All right, guys, got Harut from Blue Scorpion, really unique company. Thanks for joining us today, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, could you explain what Blue Scorpion is?
Yeah, Blue Scorpion is a homeopathic company, and we utilize the venom of the blue scorpion as one of our main active ingredients of 3 to make a natural, powerful homeopathic pain and inflammation relief product. And you can use it for daily pain and inflammation relief. You can use it for medicinal purposes. Cellular inflammation is what the product helps with, basically root cause. And honestly, it's something that's been changing people's lives. And it's a very broad approach to pain relief, and it's natural, it's safe. Like I said, it's changing people's lives right now. So we're excited to bring it to market. This has been in research and development for almost 20 years.
Damn. Yeah, inflammation's a major problem.
It is. I think it's the number one. It was ranked as the number 1 silent killer in the world.
Really?
50% of deaths are due to chronic inflammation.
Wow.
So we're trying to stay ahead of that before the body gets into that chronic state, right? We want to be able to have a preventative measure. So that could be lifestyle choices. If it's situational inflammation, if it's alcohol drinking, environment, whatever the cause may be, that when it's long-term in your body, eventually it starts becoming chronic. So having preventative is what the product does, is helps with that. Now, if you do have like systemic inflammation throughout the body, Blue Scorpion helps with that too. So, but the ingredients, I want to talk a little bit about the ingredients. So we have 3 active ingredients, Blue Scorpion venom being one of them. And then we have bee venom, also for pain and inflammation relief, and poison ivy. And they're all in homeopathic dilution. So there's no, side effects or allergic reactions and things of that nature.
It's interesting because when you hear those individually, you kind of get scared, right?
Yep.
But you put them all together and you figured out a way to make it healthy.
Exactly. And on the boxes, it'll show like how much of each active ingredient is diluted. So you don't have to worry about those elements anymore, And then we also use a proprietary, like a quantum energy technology to potentize and enhance the product.
That's cool.
It's next level. Next level.
I believe in that stuff. I tried some stuff at A4M and it really blew my mind.
Good. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been, for the A4M, like we were the smallest booth in the corner. Constantly, we were getting people come up. Everybody's telling me, come to this booth. Everybody's telling me, go see Blue Scorpion. Everybody. So we were literally like the talk of the town.
You were, because there were so many booths that had the same products.
Yeah.
You were like so unique. No one else was doing venom.
Yeah.
Scorpion venom.
Yeah. And yeah, man, it's a good place to be because we stand out. And there's a lot of replications of the same product in different ways and modalities, and everybody's, trying to enhance what's out there. But yeah, what we're doing is completely different. And it's revolutionizing the way we do medicine. Natural, safe, effective. And it has a multi-use, multifaceted use. So you have medicinal benefits, you have fitness, lifestyle benefits, sports performance, recovery. So it's more than medicine, it's a lifestyle.
Right. And scorpion venom is the most expensive on earth, right?
Yeah. It's valued as the most expensive liquid on earth. And one of the reasons, or multiple reasons, is because you can, there's limited supply. You can only get so much of it. And it's extracted by hand. So like, for example, when we extract the venom, the most we can get is about 0.2 ml.
Damn.
Sometimes a little more, a little less, but on average, that's what it is. So imagine filling up a gallon on that ratio. That's why it's valued as the most expensive liquor on earth. I think online has like 39 million a gallon or.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
$39 million.
I mean, you can walk around with a jug of, scorpion venom and you're good.
How do you source it? Is there a lab with just a bunch of scorpions in it?
No, we have actually largest blue scorpion reservation in the world. And this is in partnership. Our partnerships go down to government level with the Dominican government.
Wow.
So it's 120 miles outside of Santo Domingo. It's like, think of pasture-raised, right? We have pasture-raised cows, pasture-raised eggs, pasture-raised scorpion venom, blue scorpion venom to be, specific. So when they're in their natural environment, the potency and the therapeutic benefits are higher. So yeah, it's 120 miles outside of Santo Domingo. It's away from civilization, city pollution, and they're just, thriving.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You've been out there?
Yeah.
That's cool. You get stung by one of them?
No. But that's the new rule. If you want to be part of the team, you gotta you gotta get stung.
Starting a cult out here.
Yeah, that's right, man. And actually, Frank Mir was he's one of our ambassadors, and he was saying, he's like, dude, I want to go get stung. I want to get stung by a scorpion. So we have a lot of guys that are ready to go and do that. So it's kind of exciting.
Well, he's not only an ambassador, he has a crazy story with you guys, right?
Yeah.
You've been really working on him for a while now. And
yeah. I've been in Vegas now for a couple of weeks, and he had a crazy spinal surgery from T8. His T8 to T12 was compressed, where he basically lost feelings in his legs. So I didn't know it was that bad until I saw a post. And I was like, what the fuck happened to you, bro? So I called him. He actually FaceTimed me from, he didn't enter, and then he FaceTimed me from the hospital, and he started explaining. I was like, wow. I couldn't understand. Like, I was like, are you good? Everything's good? Well, and then he's like, the doctors gave him a very low chance on this procedure because it's such a huge procedure. There's I think like 10% chance you're going to walk.
damn.
Like, it was very, very minimal chance. And when I saw him, I was like, man, the level of help he's going to need to rehab is not just your traditional rehab center. So I took it as my responsibility, to be honest with you, to come here and help him, because I would never want anyone to be able to be like somebody that has caliber, especially that's a 2-time UFC heavyweight champion. It's a monster, a really nice guy, but in the cage, he's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And he's handicapped. I was like, and I've grew up watching him, so, yeah, man, I took it as a response. I was like, I got to go help him, because I felt like I could do something.
That's awesome.
And then with the product, that's where a lot of the recovery elements came from, is because he's been taking blue scorpion venom religiously, so it's been helping him with his recovery and pain, inflammation, swelling, the bruising, all of that recovery has been improved, where his doctors are like, they couldn't process how fast things were happening. Even when people were seeing it, like Frank was telling me, he's like, people asking me like, are you sure you were that injured?
Yeah, that's
So,
nuts. Reminds me of Ronnie Coleman too. That guy can't walk right now.
No, he got a crazy spinal fusion surgery, I think. Yeah, I've seen some clips of him. I would love to get him some bottles.
Yeah.
I think
I'll try to make that happen for you.
Yeah.
He's coming on the show. But it just sucks because he's Mr. Olympia, like, champ, and now he can't walk.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does he live in Vegas?
I don't know where he's at, but I think he's scheduled this year, so I'll connect you guys. Yeah,
Definitely.
but a lot of athletes and, bodybuilders, a lot of inflammation on the body, right?
And it's like when you're pushing your body to higher limits, you're like redlining. Okay. So if we take it from that analogy, if you redline an engine, eventually it's going to break. So what you're doing is redlining, pushing the lactic acid threshold. You're not recovering. So, and then recovery is more than soft tissue. It's also nervous system. So if you're not getting nervous system recovery, then this is when people are getting injured because they're tired, nervous system's not responding fast, and that's where a lot of injuries happen. Like there's, I call it like a misfire. Misfire can happen and you can pull a muscle. And then at the same time, where you're not recovered, you keep adding, especially in contact sports, you keep adding contact, then that starts building the neural inflammatory issues and becomes consistent. And the more consistent it is, that's where long-term illnesses start to slowly, sprout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's neural inflammation, musculoskeletal inflammation, and gastrointestinal inflammation. Those are the three main things that the body needs to recover from to be healthy. You're covering your nerves, soft tissue, and gut health. And we already know gut health is primary, right? And everything, if your gut's not healthy, the rest of the body is not going to be healthy. So,
Yeah, it's the second brain they call it, right?
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah, neuroinflammation. I didn't know this helped with that too. I actually got a brain scan the other day.
For what?
Just like, Dr. Amen?
No.
Amen Clinics.
No.
He does a lot of brain scans for people, and then you review the results. And I had a TBI.
No way.
Yeah.
How'd you get a TBI?
No idea. Yeah, I had a TBI on the scan. It was.
Are you like doing underground fighting and stuff? They're like that we don't know about.
It must have been from when I was young. I'm not sure.
No way.
Yeah, but he said that's pretty common. A lot of people have them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not just athletes.
You definitely have to get on the product. So, man, it's crazy. We've been out of stock for about a month now.
Damn.
So yeah, it's been crazy. But we probably within the next week we'll have it back. But
okay.
So yeah, you'll
get on it. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying doing everything possible. It was just a minor logistic issue, but going forward, we've tightened everything up, so we shouldn't have that problem anymore. But yeah, I mean, you should feel the difference within, first week. On average, that's what people tell us is like, it's very fast acting. We know it's fast acting, but when we constantly get that testimonial from users, best sleep I've ever had in a long time.
Wow.
I started dreaming again.
Helps with sleep too?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. My mom loves it. My mom can't stand without it. She has a lot of inflammatory conditions and it's changed her life. And that's one of the ways I really got into it is because I saw how much it helped my mom and my sister.
Yeah.
I've been in the health and wellness industry for a very long time professionally. So my background's in physiology, biomechanics, sports performance, physical therapy. Like I will take specialty cases, so I've tried a lot of things on and off.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I don't know but my thing is whenever I find something new, something that I feel like it might have a chance, I'll send it to my mom first. Kind of use my mom as a guinea pig in a weird way. Because if it helps my mom, it's going to help everybody else.
Yeah.
And it did.
That's interesting.
Yeah, man. And that's how I was like, holy shit, this is for real.
Yeah.
Because that's when I got introduced to it. I didn't know anything about Blue Scorpion either years ago. About 3 years ago is when I got introduced to Blue Scorpion. So yeah, man, that's basically how I tested it out. And I fully committed myself to this, whatever I can do to make this product come to market. And, that's what I did.
I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of noise in the biohacking, health wellness industry.
Yeah.
You could get pulled in so many different directions.
100%, bro. And this, to be honest with you, it's like a foundational product, especially if you're a biohacker. You really want to maximize your body's efforts and talent and really maximize it there. You need a foundational inflammation solution. If you can't manage inflammation, you can't really maximize on what you're building. So you got to have your foundation strong. This is a foundational product. So, I mean, the ice baths and all of that have their purpose, However, this is another level that the recovery, the cellular inflammation management, all of that. So I think that if you try this product, you're going to see a difference that you didn't expect.
Love it. Love that. Rogan was talking about this too, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was crazy. We were here filming Frank Mir's first podcast with Dr. Arthur. And my cousin's kid, my little cousin, just calls me. I keep hitting the ignore. I was like, what's going on? And so he's like, Joe Rogan's talking about you guys right now.
Wow.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm recording a clip. I'm going to send it to you. So yeah, Joe Rogan was talking about it. Brendan Schaub mentioned it on Joe Rogan's companion podcast for the fight nights. And yeah, I mean, Brendan, I gave a couple of bottles to Brendan, I think like 2 weeks prior, something around there. And he was rehabbing his shoulder. And then he got good success within days. And he was able to start benching 315 pounds.
Damn.
Bro, I mean, this is from him, you know? So I was like, cool, like keep going with it. And then when he just brought it up on Joe Rogan podcast, that's when just things went haywire.
I love it.
You know, so there's a lot of global interest on Blue Scorpion and the oral solution for this product. Like there's a lot of interest right now.
I mean, dude, when your product's that good, you don't even need marketing. No. Your customers will market for you.
No, exactly. And that's where we're at right now is we're finally in the place to start really, you know, getting it out there. And yeah, man, it's amazing, you know? It's like when you work for so hard on something and you put your life into it and you see it come to life, bro, it's especially for, you know, Dr. Arthur has this story, you know, researching Blue Scorpion peptides since 2004.
Wow.
So 21 years now. One of the co-founders, my partner that introduced me to Blue Scorpion, his personal experience was in 2017. You know, so everybody has their story and they've dedicated, once they've experienced the product, they've dedicated their life to it. Yeah. And done everything possible to bring it to market.
That's beautiful. I mean, you're literally changing lives. I know Rampage Jackson is a client too. Yeah. You're like really helping people. So it's cool. It's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's different. It's different. And when people feel it, they understand it, they literally feel the difference before and after. And when they're low on it, we'll get a text message. Hey, I'm low. Hey, I'm low. Never before, especially my mom, have they sent anything like that. Like, hey, I'm low, send me another one. But with this product is different, man. Rampage got on it about maybe a few months ago. And same thing, he was preparing for a fight. So he was using it for recovery. And his knee, one of his knees was, I forget which knee it is, but one of his knees was always bothering him. Yeah. And after being on the product for limited time, he started feeling the benefits of that knee pain's not there anymore. That lingering knee pain is not there anymore. So yeah, if everybody's a believer, you have to use the product, then you have your personal experience.
Outside of fighters, who else is dealing with a lot of inflammation?
The everyday person that has, you know, either a really poor lifestyle choices, poor quality of life in a sense, anyone that has systemic inflammation in their body.
That could be from diet too, right?
100%. Diet is one of the biggest proponents, especially if you, you know, eating a lot of processed foods. And then there's also alcohol involved. There's environment, stress. That's the biggest one, stress. And when you have all those elements, then that means you're not sleeping well. Your restorative sleep is off. And if you're not getting restorative sleep, you're not recovering. So now you're compounding. That's when the body starts breaking down. So the first thing we ask when people are at call or, you know, they text, what am I supposed to feel? First thing we ask is, how is your sleep? That's the first thing you're going to feel, is sleep. If your quality of sleep is not there, then other elements you're not going to maximize on. So quality of sleep is always going to be number one. Some people have no problem sleeping and some of them do. So, but quality of sleep is always number one, and it could be deeper sleep, not even longer, just deep, restful sleep.
Yeah, I track my sleep every day. I have the 8 sleep mattress.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I notice on days where I have low scores, it affects my whole day.
Energy, focus, right?
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
So you have data. So when you get on it, you're going to be able to measure it.
Yeah, I'll be curious because right now I'm averaging like 85 out of 100. So I'm going to try this for like a month and see if it goes up. That'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's, are you like, do you have to watch TV before you fall asleep?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. It's my worst habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That's the next.
Plus, I don't sleep at the same time. So that's why my sleep scores are always like in the 80s. If you want like a hunter, you have to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, you know.
Get your circadian rhythm right, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the next epidemic is inflammation caused by radio frequencies.
So
EMF,
5G and the
EMF inflammation.
Yeah, I'm wearing Aries Tech. We got it here too.
Nice. Yeah, those guys were at the health conference.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I wear the necklace. I have the thing on my phone too. Nice. EMF's no joke, man. I just found out if you fly, it's the same radiation as getting an X-ray because everyone's iPhones and all the radiation. Isn't that crazy? So that's why some people feel sick when they fly. Like I always get a runny nose when I fly.
Oh, wow.
Because it's weakening the body.
Yeah. And then prior to that, you're going through the scan.
Yeah.
Right. So that's every time you're getting exposed to radiation.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, EMF inflammation is going to be the next big thing in my belief. We actually have 2 doctors that use the product, the Dr. EMF, and we met him at the A4M. And ever since they've been using the product, it's changed their lives.
Wow.
Changed their life. Dr. Court, he's been doing EMF, inflammation studies and therapies for, I forget how long, but he's been doing it for a while, like 20 years, some 30 years, something deep. And from day one, they've been on the product. That's like, he had an injury, I believe it was his left leg when he was a teenager, where he had some, functionality issues in his left leg. So he would always get tired from standing on his feet throughout the show. And in their 60s, when I gave him the product, he called me, he's like, we were not tired the entire day. And then their sleep's been better. So he feels it, and he's very sensitive to EMF. So I think he did a talk with Biohackers World in LA about EMF radiation and inflammation caused by EMF. But that's definitely going to be the next.
Wow. I didn't even connect it to. I didn't think EMF could cause inflammation. I just thought it was like bad for you.
So exactly. So when we have the phone close by, so brain inflammation, right? Neuroinflammation, all of that, man.
Wow.
So we kind of like, oh, it's inflammation. But if you start breaking it down on what that means and for your body to be a performance machine, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental performance. Performance is performance, so what are you doing for that? You can only do so much in today's world because you have the Wi-Fi, you have the phone, you have frequencies everywhere, so it's a crazy world we're living right now, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, Harut, what's next for you guys? When will you be back in stock? Where can people get in touch with you and everything?
We'll get me back in stock probably end of next week. We're pushing very hard to get that going. BlueScorpion.com. And also our social on Instagram, Blue Scorpion Venom. That's our handle. And, all channels are open. So, please contact us, DM us. And yeah, we're here. Next steps is we're literally making this a global household brand name.
I love it. Can't wait to send you some people, man. Yeah. Check them out, guys, and stay tuned. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, have a good one.